common question I've gotten over the past couple of years is, with the interest rates rising so fast and so high, how come the prices didn't come down here in our state of Connecticut? It's a good question because historically speaking, when interest rates rise, it tends to slow markets, prices tend to come down, and when interest rates come down, it tends to grow pricing as buyers have more affordability. So I can understand why this question comes up, and a lot of people believe interest rates, dictate value in real estate. The reality is supply and demand are what actually dictates the value. Now, interest rates can have an effect on the supply and demand, but they have not in this most recent cycle, if we say post-COVID, because the inventory has been so low from town to town in Connecticut. There just are not enough choices out there to meet the buyer demand. So although the interest rates have slowed buying like they're supposed to, the higher interest rates, the number of buyers out there still exceeds the number of choices in the marketplace, which is always going to lead to prices going up. So naturally, now that rates are starting to come down, as of today, they're at 5.99, their lowest point in the past 2 years. A lot of people are saying, oh, the real estate market is going to go up again. And it could. But the only thing that will tell us that is as we start to sort out and see how these lower rates, if they do continue to come down, have an effect on the total inventory in the market. If the total inventory stays low, then absolutely, these low rates make things more affordable for buyers. The prices will go up. But the thing to watch out for, and that I would just keep in the back of your mind if you're trying to strategize and plan for your family or even invest, is we have had a lot of people sit on the sidelines for the past 2, 3, 4 years who have 3% interest rates, somewhere around that number, who actually want to move. Their lifestyle has outgrown the property, but they're hanging on so tight to that interest rate because they don't want to give it up. At some point, whether it's 5s, 4s, I don't know what it is, at some point, if that number of current interest rate gets close enough to the interest rate that people had, way back when, in the beginning of COVID, that differential is going to become so close where they can tap into that equity, or they could change their lifestyle where they're going to sacrifice that interest rate. It doesn't need to be exact. They don't need to have the same mortgage number for those people that have a desire to move to actually pull the trigger. Now, the thing to watch out for is when that does happen, will that actually flood the market with inventory? Will all those people that have been sitting on the sideline decide to jump in, and will that be the factor that actually brings prices or slows prices a bit, the steady growth we've had in prices over the past 4 or 5 years? It's really been unprecedented. So will that actually be the catalyst that slows things down? So we don't know. As always, if you watch this channel, it's something I monitor closely and share with you. I get the question a lot, and I'm just warning people to be careful not to simply assume the market will go one way or the other based on what the interest rates do. If we've learned anything the past couple years, it is just that values can still go up in a high interest rate market. So if you have any questions, don't be shy. My team and I, we are always happy to help. I love to say there is no question too big, too small. We love talking real estate. Text, email, call, we're here.